Wait, go back. That's what I thought he said. The Prophet of Regret is planning to activate Halo.
Are you sure?
I shall light this holy ring, release its cleansing flame, and burn a path into the divine beyond.
Pretty much.
Commander, we've got a problem.
So I hear. But from what I understand, the Prophet will need an object, the Index, to activate the ring. I've located a library similar to the one you found on the first Halo. If the rings work the same way, the Index should be inside.
I'll bet the Covenant are thinking the exact same thing.
Then we better beat them to it, Sergeant. Extract your men and meet me at the library.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll secure the Index, Chief. You take out the Prophet. He's given us all the intel we need.
Sup guys, Hooky Bird here, bringing you the Noob's Guide to Legendary for the 7th mission in the Halo 2 campaign, Regret. So this is one of the more unpleasant openings to a mission in the Halo 2 campaign. You're immediately swarmed by drones and elites, so you want to take cover under here, pull out your beam rifle, and snipe the elites as they come in the door. I try to go for the elites first, but if the drones are giving you problems, you can either grenade them if they're in range or use your beam rifle. Now normally in Halo, you want to conserve your sniper rifle ammo. This simply is not the case for this entire mission. This entire mission is sniper based, and there are sniper rifles and beam rifles everywhere. So don't be shy about using a dozen or so shots to take out all the enemies in this room. Once you've sniped all 4 elites, you can move out from under the landing and see how many drones are left. There probably won't be many, and you can spray them down with the SMG.
If it didn't have enough lead in its diet, it does now. Is it up? Not a problem.
You know, I think the Forerunners built these new structures around the old, to protect them, honor them. Pure speculation, mind you. I'd need to make a thorough survey to be sure.
So this is one of Halo 2's infamous sniper gauntlets. Take aim at the sniper on the far bridge, shoot him in the head, and then immediately retreat because a group of Covenant consisting of 1 elite plus grunts is going to come around that corner and attack you. Snipe the elite with your beam rifle, toss a grenade to take out the grunts, and then swap out your beam rifle for this fresh one back here. Alright, so now it's time to take out the 4 snipers. Now this is better demonstrated than it is explained. I kinda already know where they're gonna be through practicing this mission, and I also know that there's gonna be 4 of them. So that's 1. Then slowly inch around this corner to look further and further to the right. These last 2 are sometimes there and sometimes not. That 3rd one is sometimes very, very difficult to see, like only the top of his head is visible. And that guy back there is also very difficult to see because it's so dark. But if your reticle turns red, that means he's there. Kill him. Next, you want to take out as many of the Covenant over here as you can. Snipe the elites and the grunts, but only use your beam rifle here, or else you'll draw the attention of the Jackal sniper at the end of the bridge. And then once they're taken out, look over here. Switch to your carbine and fire a couple shots, and that should draw out this Jackal sniper that's going to be over there. Then switch to your beam rifle and shoot him. At this point, your beam rifle is probably going to be running low on ammo, but fortunately all the snipers are down, so you can give your beam rifle to any Marines that are accompanying you, and then grab a plasma pistol to replace it. It's also worth noting that there's a carbine and some plasma grenades over here, so grab some ammo for your carbine. You'll also find a fresh beam rifle down here, so swap out your plasma pistol for it and then take out any stragglers that you may or may not find. This part's pretty simple. Just shoot the grunts in the head before they can get their grenades off. The elite will hang back around the corner. This is the same technique I used before to draw out the Jackal. Fire a couple shots. He'll hear them and come to investigate, and that's when you switch to your beam rifle and shoot him in the head. If he slips back into a cover, just toss a grenade. This next room is pretty easy because there's no elites in it. Just go over here, switch to frag grenades, grenade the 2 jackals, and then I like to toss a grenade in the center to take out the grunts there. The only danger here is if the grunts get their grenades off and manage to stick you. And then at the end of the room, 2 jackals will appear, just frag grenade them. I completely missed there, but if you miss, you can still shoot them in the head.
I wish I had time to decipher these inscriptions. The Forerunners revered this place, that much is clear. But was it a temple, a university? I can't say.
So this is another of the many sniper gauntlets that this mission has. What you want to do is walk out the door and across the walkway and hide behind here where you've got some pretty good cover before you draw the jackal sniper's attention. This is the technique I showed before where you draw them out with the carbine and then shoot them with the beam rifle. For some reason, it doesn't seem to work so well if you try to draw them out with the beam rifle, like they can't hear it or something. But the carbine works like a charm.
Following your lead.
And so at this point I've taken out 2 elites and 2 jackal snipers, and I know that there's 2 more jackal snipers left. They usually like to hide behind that column in the middle, so what I'll do is I'll crouch walk up to this wall, get them in my sights, and then shoot them in the head with either the beam rifle or the carbine. I used the beam rifle this time, but you are in range to use the carbine from there. And then you can stock up on carbine ammo, beam rifle ammo, and plasma grenades, and then look over here, there's going to be a phantom that's coming in. It's going to drop off 2 hunters. Now, the only other time I fought hunters in the walkthrough was on outskirts, but I mowed them down pretty quickly because I had a turret at my disposal. Well, I don't have that here. What I do have, however, is a beam rifle and plasma grenades. So it takes 2 shots to kill a hunter with a beam rifle if you hit the weak spot. So that's 1. If he's facing you, stick him with a plasma grenade, and he'll turn around and face the other way, and that'll allow you to shoot him in the back very easily.
Cortana, the Covenant's getting nosy. I don't want to give away my position, so I'm rerouting a few stragglers back to you. I apologize. These Pelicans are all the support you're gonna get. Understood, ma'am.
So after the hunters are down, stock up on plasma grenades, carbine ammo, and beam rifle ammo, and then just wait for the Pelican to arrive with your marine reinforcements and some weapon drops.
A gondola is launching from the far towers. Big surprise, it's full of Covenant reinforcements.
When the Marines arrive, you want to arm them both with sniper rifles or beam rifles. Now, one's already got one, but this guy's got a shotgun, now he's got a beam rifle. And then grab a beam rifle for yourself. And then look at the gondola and snipe everything, especially the 2 elites. They're going to be the most dangerous. The next most dangerous thing is going to be the grunts, because they toss the plasma grenades, and those will kill your Marines. From this point on, up until you get to the final temple where you're fighting Regret, your job is to keep those 2 Marines alive. And I highly recommend that you revert to your previous checkpoint if even one of them gets killed.
Well, they were nice enough to bring us a ride.
And I must admit, these are my favorite 2 Marines in the entire game. This is the Aussie, who I believe is named Chips Dubois, and the other guy from the beginning of Metropolis. I don't know his name. Now what I'm doing here is grabbing a sniper rifle from one of the weapon drops and giving it to the Marine to replace his beam rifle that I gave him earlier. The reason I do that is because I'm going to encounter a lot of jackal snipers in the upcoming sections. So I want it to be such that if I hear a beam rifle, I know it's an enemy and not my Marine firing a shot. So hit the button to start the gondola, make sure your Marines are up front here with you, and look over here to this tower. 4 drones are going to attack. If your Marines have sniper rifles, they'll take them out very quickly. You really won't have to do anything.
So when I shoot, I try to hit stuff. Well, someone's been practicing. Oh, hell yeah! And seriously, better luck next time.
This lake couldn't have been formed by volcanic action, which means it was either built this way on purpose or was created by some other cataclysmic event. I'm sorry, were you trying to kill something?
Now, usually I snipe the drone there, but I missed this time. But what you want to do is pull out your beam rifle and snipe the drones as they come out to board your gondola, and you also want to snipe the 2 elites with carbines.
So how we doing over there?
Nah, I'm fine, mate. I'm fine.
There were 4 drones over there. I only killed 1. The Marines killed the other 3. That's how useful they are.
What's up?
Great.
So, take a short breather, enjoy the music, and also get yourself and your Marines down to this lower level of the gondola where you've got a lot more cover than you do up top. The reason is because the landing you're approaching is guarded by 2 jackal snipers, and they're really difficult to shoot until you get closer because you're on a moving platform. So if you're a better sniper than me, you could snipe them right there with your beam rifle. But this is a noob's guide to legendary, so I'm gonna assume you don't have the skill to snipe them. See, I tried to snipe him right there, but I missed his head, so he's still alive. What you do want to shoot is the stationary turrets, and then once you get close enough, you can shoot the snipers with the carbine. There are going to be 2 stationary turrets that run on each one, but there's more grunt reinforcements up top, and you want to keep looking at those stationary turrets because grunts will reman them. The 2 jackals out here should be easy prey for a plasma grenade or a frag if you've got one. But far more dangerous than that are the 2 snipers inside the doorway. So crouch down behind this wall and then pop up and shoot them with a carbine. And then what happened this time is that Marine got too close to the other one and basically scared him such that he dropped his sniper rifle, so I was able to just run up and melee him. There's going to be 4 more shield jackals just inside the door here. You can take them out with either grenades, headshots, or even melee attacks, but I wouldn't recommend doing what I did here. This was kind of more of a desperation thing, because I was out of grenades. And then this is another example of this baiting technique I've been using, where I fire a couple shots to draw them out, and then I can kill them. At some point, a group of 4 drones is going to attack from above, but as long as you've got the 2 Marines with sniper rifles with you, they should be able to take them all out for you.
Pinhead.
Ah, now I see. There's a submerged section that connects these towers to the outlying structures. Looks like we're going down. Unless you'd prefer to swim.
Full car coming up!
To quote Mike Miller's Halo 2 Legendary walkthrough, grenade plus jackals plus tiny enclosed space equals dead jackals. Once everything's been taken out, take a few minutes to prepare yourself for the upcoming sections before you get in that elevator. Head up here. There's going to be a sleeping grunt and a fuel rod gun up here. So tap out the grunt and then take the fuel rod gun. Just get rid of the carbine for it. This fuel rod gun is going to be how you're going to deal with the hunters later, so save it. Then you also probably want to head outside and grab a fresh beam rifle. Once you're ready, hop back down to the elevator where the Marines with sniper rifles should be waiting for you, and then hit the button.
I've intercepted a secure transmission from Regret's carrier to something called High Charity. It seems to be a formal apology to the prophets of truth and mercy. Apparently, Regret jumped the gun when he attacked Earth. He's asking the other prophets to forgive his premature arrival, arguing that no human presence was foretold. That explains why there were so few ships in his fleet. But it's odd a prophet would have such bad intel about his enemy's homeworld.
This first underwater room is pretty easy. Hop down here and you're going to find a carbine down here, so temporarily swap out your fuel rod gun for it, and then tap out as many of the grunts as you can, but a lot of them are patrolling, so they're probably going to see you and wake everybody up. But it's just grunts, so the only danger here is plasma grenades. And if you're quick enough, they won't even get those off.
Here it comes! Trouble,
Heads
brother.
up! My anger.
And then once everything's been taken out, go back for the fuel rod gun.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You alright, mate?
Never better.
Welcome to Sniper Hell. Okay, so to begin, there's 4 snipers, 2 on each side. Snipe the one sniper and then wait for the honor guard to attack. Then you can kill him with 2 shots. The Marine provided the first one. Then the drones are going to attack, so stay back in the doorway and snipe them and let the Marines help.
I think it was trying to surrender.
So that was the easy part. Here comes the hard part, or many hard parts. Look down here and try to draw out the sniper and then shoot him.
Down. Get him!
Now, I said there's 2 snipers on each side, so those were the 2 on that side. Now come over to the other side, bring the Marines with you, and look for the other 2 snipers. Sometimes he's at the top of the ramp here waiting for you, and other times he's not. Watch your motion tracker, and then snipe him. This is easier said than done.
Well, I wish we all had sniper rifles.
Marine, we do all have sniper rifles. Anyway, so once that sniper's down, look for the other one. There he is. This guy caused me so many problems because I was not able to kill him there. And I didn't kill him there. So, grab yourself a fresh beam rifle. There's actually an unused one around that corner there. I just didn't grab it. And if it looks like I know exactly where the sniper is here, it's because I do. I had to do this over and over and over until I got it right. But what you want to do is snipe the sniper if he's left, and it's a hell of a lot easier if he's dead. And then run over here, grab a carbine, and there's going to be 4 jackal snipers over here. If you engage them at close range, they probably won't be able to snipe you, and you might even be able to scare them into dropping their sniper rifles and retreating. Planting a plasma grenade in the middle of them is also an effective strategy. So, no matter how you get it done, once the 4 jackal snipers are down, then you need to prepare yourself to do it again. There's going to be a second wave of 4 jackal snipers, and this one comes with drones and hunters. So I try to get the Marines to retreat back here so that the drones don't slaughter them in that corridor down there. And then once you pass the center of the room, you'll spawn the next wave, come over here, and grenade the jackals, and then shoot them in the head with a carbine. There are going to be 4 of them. Then pull out your fuel rod gun and kill the hunters. It should take about 3 or 4 shots each. I'm not sure how I managed to get both of them with only 4 shots. I think I had some help from the Marines. Then swap out your fuel rod gun, which you will no longer need, for a beam rifle. You should have 4 to choose from any of the dead jackal snipers. There's going to be a carbine up here, grab some ammo, and then head to the center of the room and try to snipe the drones. The way that this works is that the drones will follow you from one side of the room to the other. So see here, I'm moving from the left side of the room to the right side of the room, and they're following me from the left side of the room to the right side of the room. And then once they find some cover again, I move from the right side of the room back to the left side. And that'll allow you to draw them out so that you can shoot them with your beam rifle. And as per usual, the Marines will help. Then once all 4 drones are down, regroup with the Marines.
Take more than that to scare me.
And people say I've got a big head.
So at this point, all the snipers that you have to worry about are down, so you can relax a little bit and take a breather. It doesn't matter which side of the room you're on. A group of Covenant consisting of 2 elites and 2 jackals will meet you at this door, so snipe them and let the Marines help. Once they're down, all you have to worry about is a bunch of jackals on your way out, and that includes 1 jackal sniper, but usually he won't pose you any problems. This is very close quarters, and you'll probably be able to see him and shoot him before he gets a shot on you. And sometimes you'll have no luck landing headshots against the jackals. In that case, just use your grenades. See, this is the jackal sniper I was talking about before, but it's so close quarters that by the time you encounter him, you'll probably be close enough that he drops his sniper and runs. This room's pretty easy. There's 2 elites and 2 grunts. They've all got active camo, but the active camo in Halo 2 is pretty bad, and you can see them very easily. So just snipe them all, and then once they're dead, a 3rd elite with a sword is going to come down that far ramp. Again, he's very easy to see, especially with the sword, so just snipe him. Once the room's clear, go back and grab the beam rifle that the jackal sniper dropped earlier to replace yours, which is probably going to be running low on ammo anyway.
Hey, thank you. Thank you very much.
And then you're finished for this section. Make your way over to the elevator and make sure you bring the Marines with you.
And what can I do you for?
Regret's carrier just received a response from High Charity. A very well-encrypted message from the Prophet of Truth. Listen to this. Your haste has jeopardized the fulfillment of our covenant, threatened our grand design. That you shall be spared a public display of our contempt is thanks only to Mercy and his wise counsel. Truth, Mercy, Regret. 3 prophet hierarchs. Killing Regret should shake up the covenant leadership. But frankly, it sounds like you might be doing Truth a favor.
This part's actually pretty easy. There are going to be 2 honor guards and 4 grunts. So assassinate this guy, and then come over here and stick this guy with a plasma grenade. Then you need to take out all 4 grunts, preferably before they start chucking grenades at your marines. So toss a grenade at that explosive barrel there, and then you can mop up any stragglers with headshots from the carbine. And then you should know that there's a carbine crate over here, so fill up on ammo.
I think we officially won.
Every member of the Covenant shall walk the path. None will be left behind when our great journey begins. That is the Prophet's age-old promise, and it shall be fulfilled.
Great journey? Doesn't he know what these rings do?
This part, exiting this building and making your way up the hill, is a bit tougher. There's going to be 4 drones and 2 elites. Once again, snipe everything. Try to take out the 4 drones first and use the edges of the doorway for cover if the elites are giving you problems.
Pinhead.
Once the 4 drones are down, you can move out and start making your way up this hill. If you didn't kill the elites earlier, they're going to be up here, and there's also going to be a couple jackals. You can either snipe the elites, or you can pick up a plasma pistol and use the elite combo, and you can probably get the jackals with a grenade.
This is my last run, Chief. I'm nearly out of fuel. We've secured the first tower cluster, so I'll set down there. Call when you're ready for evac.
If you've lost any of your marines at this point, you'll get 2 new ones here unless you've got them with you like I do. So what you want to do is grab a sniper rifle and a battle rifle from this weapon drop. Make sure you take point for this section, because if the marines go first, they're probably going to get killed. There's going to be 3 jackal snipers. Shoot this guy all the way on the right, then use the battle rifle against the guy in the center, and then the guy on the left shouldn't bother you, so use the sniper rifle to take out any of the elites, which are probably going to have carbines. And then shoot the last sniper and take out the last elite.
Hey, wake up, mate. Time to pay the bill.
Look at this corner. There's going to be a grunt that comes around it, so you want to shoot him before he can stick your marines. Now that everything's been taken out, all you have to do is wait for the Phantom, and the safest place to do that is over here on the right by this cliff. The marines should follow you over here, and they should be sheltered from the Phantom over here until it flies away. And then while you're waiting, you can get a good look at this mission where you've been. That's where you started, and that's the first tower that you went to. So just move around a little bit, dodge the Phantom's plasma cannons until it flies away. And this is the same technique I've been using. I fire a shot to draw him out, and then I shoot him in the head. The jackals will fall for it, the elites will not, so you'll need to move up to take them out. There's really no special technique here, it's just sniping with marine support, and then if you can get close enough, you can stick a plasma grenade to them.
Oh, it's gonna get ugly. Ah, that's another one for the team.
There's gonna be one more jackal sniper over here, so move up and shoot him in the head with your battle rifle. As for the rest of them coming out of the gondola, look up, toss a plasma grenade. If you can place it correctly like that, you should be able to take most of them out, and that'll include 2 jackals and about 3 grunts.
Forget about the Covenant and the fact that we're stuck on a freaky alien world. It's really kind of fun.
There's a lot of preparation required here before you get on the gondola. So grab the rocket launcher here and give it to either one of your Marines. Then go back for your sniper ammo.
There, another gondola. Looks like it leads straight to the main temple. Not much further now.
Then take your full sniper rifle and swap it out for the rocket launcher up here. And then hit the button.
How's it going, you two? So far, so good. We're approaching the main temple now. Roger that. I'm as close to the library as I can get. There's some sort of barrier. We're trying to find a way around it. I'll keep you posted.
There's going to be 2 banshees that attack from behind, but you should be able to take them out easily with the Marine with the rocket launcher helping you. Then you do something very, very quickly. Drop your rocket launcher for this sniper rifle, then give it to the Marine, then pick up the ammo for the rocket launcher, then grab this sniper rifle, and now you have a sniper rifle and both Marines have sniper rifles. And that's very important because when you encounter this gondola, if either of the Marines have rocket launchers, they'll probably end up killing themselves. Now, this is a unique legendary encounter. On every single other difficulty, including heroic, the grunts do not have fuel rod guns, but on legendary they do. So you can try to snipe them as best as you can, but I prefer to just use the battle rifle because with the Marine supporting me and the fact that the flying elites have very weak shields, you should be able to take them out very quickly. So with that passing gondola taken care of, the only Covenant you have to worry about now are the grunts and jackals that come out of the temple and down the ramp as you approach it. You can just snipe them and they really won't pose you any problems. If sniping fails, just switch to the battle rifle.
Well, nobody runs with me, pal.
That's the largest Covenant fleet I've ever seen. The largest anyone's ever seen. Get inside the temple and kill regret before it can stop us.
Look at the size of that thing.
If you can find a plasma pistol here, swap out your sniper rifle for it, but either way you need to switch to your battle rifle and kill the 2 grunts on those plasma turrets up there because they kill you very quickly. And as for the rest of them, there's going to be a couple of jackals, a couple of elites. You can either use the sniper rifle or the elite combo if you've picked up a plasma pistol. There's really nothing special here. Once you've taken them all out, if you haven't swapped out your sniper rifle for a plasma pistol, do it now. There's going to be plenty available. That was kind of funny there that I got that red elite with a grenade because the jackal got him with a friendly EMP blast and took out his shields.
The Covenant fleet has launched multiple waves of phantoms. Too many for me to track, but we don't have much time.
Anyway, there's going to be a bunch of elites that come from that doorway down there. Just elite combo them all. Same with the honor guards.
There are honor guards all over this place. Watch your back.
and then go down here to this weapons crate and swap out your battle rifle for a carbine. And the only reason you do that is because the carbine has more ammo. You'll probably be greeted by 1 or 2 honor guards, but if they've got swords, just keep your distance and elite combo them. And then whenever you need a new plasma pistol, just find a grunt. They've all got plasma pistols.
The great journey will not be postponed.
There's the target. Take him out.
Okay, so the way you kill Regret is you board his throne and then punch the stuffing out of him until he dies. On Legendary, you have to do this about 5 or 6 times, and you have to hope that the area is clear when you get off that throne when he teleports, and you don't get insta-killed by honor guards. You have some control over this, but not a lot. You can kill the honor guards, but they'll respawn. The most dangerous ones have plasma rifles or dual plasma rifles.
Guards, remove this vermin from my sight.
So what I recommend, although this isn't always possible, is to kill the honor guards and then quickly move over to Regret's throne, and hopefully you'll be finished punching the stuffing out of him before the honor guards respawn.
Human filth! Found this holy place.
The only other advice I can give is to never, ever board Regret's throne when there are honor guards nearby. If you're really having a lot of trouble with this part, it's probably because you're neglecting to kill the honor guards.
Warriors, attack! The demon must die!
It also helps to stick to the edges of the room, because down there in the center is borderline suicide. You're right in the middle of where all the honor guards spawn. You are invincible while you're punching Regret, so if you board his throne with low shields, they will recharge. Also, you need to dodge his fuel rod shot. This is done quite easily by either jumping or strafing. And then the mission ends when he's dead.
You dare to interrupt my sermon! Oh! Ah! Oh!
Bad news. The Phantoms are turning around. The fleet is preparing to fire on our position. We need to get out of here.
This is not your